We are finally seeing Palantir stand its ground. Price has finally stabilized today, as it's been crashing for a few days. People are excited. The atmosphere is bullish. Analysts are dropping their signals. China dropped a massive bombshell to Palantir. AI leaked something that might shock you. The $300 might be on its way. What is happening? How will all of these make sense? And what on earth am I even talking about? Well, let me explain. Disclaimer. Palantir finally seems to have stabilized, closing today at a solid high in the $79 range. But people are starting to talk, and not everyone thinks this pump will stick around. With an impressive 8-day streak of being up, some are saying it might be time for a cool down. One Twitter analyst broke it down in a tweet, pointing out how Palantir has been up for 8 days straight but reversed most of its gains yesterday. They said they wouldn't be shocked if it cooled off by 5 to 7% over the next week. Needs a breather, they added. So maybe this streak is taking a quick pause soon. But here's the thing. Others are seeing it differently. Some believe a correction isn't in the cards this time around. One Twitter analyst made their stance clear, saying, Palantir is definitely crossing $100 in 2025. Haters gonna hate. Palantir has always had lots of haters. It will correct someday, but it is not this day. Basically, they're saying that while a dip is inevitable at some point, today isn't that day. They're confident Palantir still has plenty of momentum to keep climbing, brushing off the skeptics who've always doubted the stock. And honestly, this kind of chatter fits the narrative around Palantir. It's one of those stocks people either love or love to criticize. It's been a roller coaster for investors, but to its fans, it's a long-term play with big potential. If the $100 target in 2025 holds true, this might just be the start of a much bigger ride. And it's not just that one analyst hyping things up. Others are saying Palantir is seriously undervalued at its current price. Some are even predicting it could soar to $250, maybe even $300. One analyst tweeted their bold take, calling Palantir the best defense contractor right now, adding, I think it's cheap at 75. It can maybe be worth 250 to 300. That's a massive vote of confidence, and it shows how divided opinions are. On one side, people are waiting for a cool down, but on the other, some are saying Palantir's just getting started. With its focus on cutting-edge tech and a reputation as a key player in defense and big data, it's easy to see why believers are bullish. Right now, Palantir feels like it's at a tipping point. Whether it's gearing up for another climb or taking that breather some expect, it's definitely a stock that's grabbing attention and keeping everyone guessing. But wait, this might just be the tip of the iceberg because something huge just happened in the AI world. China has officially stepped into the game, launching its own version of ChatGPT called DeepSeek. It's their first homegrown AI model, and it's making waves everywhere. DeepSeek R1, developed by the Chinese research lab DeepSeek, has grabbed massive attention, especially because it's open-sourced and claims to rival industry giants like Openai. The lab says their model isn't just good. It's better at things like math, coding, and being cost-effective. It's a bold move that could change the game in AI development. DeepSeek's R1 model is packed with features like reinforcement learning and multi-stage training, making it crazy efficient. They've even created smaller distilled versions for developers around the world to play with, completely open source. This is a big deal. DeepSeek isn't just another AI model. It's a direct challenge to Western AI companies like Openai, especially in a time of rising tech competition between the US and China. So how does this tie back to Palantir? Well, Palantir thrives on its cutting-edge tech and data-driven innovation. And with AI advancing at breakneck speed, the stakes are higher than ever. A player like DeepSeek could shift the global landscape, potentially reshaping how tech companies, defense contractors, and governments approach AI. Palantir's place in this evolving world just got a lot more interesting, and maybe even more competitive. In fact, this is incredibly bullish for Palantir. One analyst broke it down perfectly in a tweet saying, DeepSeek is extremely bullish for Palantir. Everything will move faster for Palantir from now on. Timeline for $1 trillion just got cut in half. Here's why that makes sense. When a major player like DeepSeek enters the game, it pushes everyone to step up their pace. Competition like this isn't just good, it's necessary. It forces companies to innovate faster, improve their technology, and keep their products cutting edge. For AI companies like Palantir, this means no room for complacency. They'll have to double down on their strengths, refine their tech, and find new ways to deliver value, especially to big clients like governments and corporations. And while it might seem like a challenge, it's also a massive opportunity. Competitors like DeepSeek will accelerate the entire AI ecosystem, setting a higher standard for what's possible. That benefits everyone, because when companies are racing to outdo each other, we get better tools, smarter systems, and more efficient technologies. In the long term, it's a win for consumers, businesses, and industries across the board. For Palantir, this could mean speeding up its timeline for reaching the $1 trillion valuation that bulls have been predicting. The demand for advanced AI and data analytics is growing exponentially, and as the competition heats up, the market will expand even faster. Palantir is already positioned as a leader in defense and big data, and with this momentum, it might cement its place as one of the key players in shaping the AI-driven future. So, while DeepSeek's rise is exciting on its own, it's also a catalyst that could push Palantir, and the whole AI space, to new heights. This isn't just a moment for competition, it's a spark for transformation. But here's where it gets even crazier. Palantir isn't just making noise in the AI world, it's also making some serious waves in real-world applications, and people are starting to notice. One analyst shared an incredible example recently, showing just how impactful Palantir's tech can be. It's not just some abstract AI project. It's actually giving real, day-to-day advantages. In a tweet, the analyst highlighted how Palantir's AI is being used by UK police forces, and the results are nothing short of amazing. Investigators were able to go from sifting through over 80 different datasets to analyzing everything with a single click. This isn't just about speed. It's about efficiency and effectiveness. The chief of police even said that if this kind of tech was rolled out to regions dealing with serious and organized crime, it could completely change the game. He emphasized that the impact is immediate and powerful. Palantir's tech helps police catch more of the bad guys, faster. The UK police force saw real-time benefits. In the first 8 days of using Palantir for child protection, they identified 123 more young people who were potentially at risk. The time it took to complete safeguarding referrals dropped by 67%, and call data processing went from 48 hours to just 3. That's huge. Lewis Mosley, Palantir's head of UK, pointed out that the tech is already being used by other police forces around the country. For Palantir, this is a massive win. It's proof that their AI-driven solutions aren't just futuristic. They're already improving lives and changing industries for the better. And as more organizations see how much Palantir's tools can do, this could solidify their position as a key player in both the AI and big data space. This isn't just about market potential anymore. This is real-world, impactful work. And that's exactly what will keep Palantir on track to grow even bigger. And it doesn't stop there. Palantir is also making big moves in the energy sector. Another Twitter analyst pointed out that one of the largest energy suppliers in Germany is now using Palantir Foundry. Not only that, but they're also hiring people to handle it. But here's where it gets really interesting. Everyone's eagerly waiting for Palantir's Q4 report, and it's expected to be big. As we get closer to the release, analysts have turned to AI to try to predict where Palantir's stock might land before the report comes out. And the results may shock you. Finbold, for example, used its AI tool to project how Palantir might trade on February 1st, 2025. Based on data from January 26th, the average prediction for the stock is around $78, which shows a slight dip of below 1%. But what's fascinating is that some AI models are a bit more optimistic. OpenAI's ChatGPT, for instance, is predicting $80, while its mini version is even more bullish, seeing $82.5. Both of these models point to positive momentum in the market, a possible golden cross, and stable interest rates as drivers for the price boost. On the other hand, some models are more cautious. Claude 3 Opus predicts a drop to $74, pointing to potential risks from market sentiment and interest rate changes. Grok 2 Vision is somewhere in the middle, forecasting $76, suggesting stable but cautious growth. While the predictions vary, it's clear that Palantir's underlying fundamentals, especially its focus on AI for both government and commercial clients, are strong, which gives the stock a solid base even if there's a slight pullback. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out after the Q4 report. With all of this in mind, it's clear that Palantir is really positioned to do some great things and potentially dominate the market. They've got a solid community backing them up, loyal investors, and dedicated developers working hard behind the scenes. The tech is cutting edge. They're making big moves across multiple industries, and their AI-driven solutions are getting real-world results. When you factor in the strong momentum, the growing global interest in Palantir's products, and the expanding sectors they're tapping into, it's hard to deny the potential. Whether it's in government, defense, or even energy, Palantir is in the right place at the right time. With the right kind of development and continuous innovation, there's no doubt that Palantir could continue to rise and cement itself as a market leader. But what is your opinion on this? Comment down below. If you are curious to find more, then make sure to click on one of the videos you see on the screen. And with that, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, then turn on the notifications bell on this channel. Missing an important Palantir update might make you lose money, so don't risk it. Also, please share this video with as many people as possible. Let's get this news out there.
Usually, the biggest things on the market are rarely visible to the public. They are often kept behind the scenes. And this is exactly what is happening right now. There's more than $1 trillion worth of risk as we speak. But this is the only way to make us go to the moon. Don't believe me? Then I'll prove you wrong. Today is a very, very important day for the entire crypto space. Disclaimer, the crypto market keeps crashing, pulling Shiba Inu price down significantly, and something bad just happened. The Bitcoin ETF's inflows from yesterday were revealed, and they are not good. We've now lost the 19-day streak of inflows with $65 million outflows today. People had been building a lot of anticipation because this streak of inflows was record-breaking. Everyone thought that from this point, the only way was up. But as it turns out, the crypto market crashed all of a sudden. It's really sad for people, especially those who invested heavily during the inflows, hoping to ride the wave of continuous growth. But here's something important. Some are speculating that this might just be a flush event. This is when the excitement is so high and so many people are buying in that the big players feel the need to shake things up a bit. By doing this, they can flush out the smaller investors and gain more power for themselves in the upcoming bull run. Here's how it works. When a lot of people start buying, the price goes up, creating a lot of excitement. The big players, or whales, see this as an opportunity. They might start selling off large amounts of their holdings, causing the price to drop sharply. This sudden drop scares off the smaller investors, who might sell their holdings in a panic. The big players then buy back in at these lower prices, increasing their holdings at a discount. A pretty similar situation happened in 2017. During the massive bull run, Bitcoin's price surged dramatically. But there were several sharp corrections along the way where the price dropped significantly, shaking out weaker hands. Each time, the price would eventually recover and go even higher, benefiting those who were buying in. The big players then buy back in at these lower prices, the dips. So, while it's a tough time for many right now, it's possible that this flush event is just a temporary setback in a larger bull market. Only time will tell how things will unfold. It's sad that these events can really shake up regular investors, especially those invested in Shiba Inu. The impact is pretty noticeable, with Shiba Inu decreasing by 7% this week. This kind of market manipulation is undeniably bad. It takes advantage of smaller investors, creating fear and uncertainty, and can lead to significant financial losses for those who can't afford them. However, despite being unethical, these tactics can't really be changed or stopped easily. The market is largely unregulated, and big players have the power and resources to influence prices. They can create these fluctuations to their advantage, while smaller investors often bear the brunt of these manipulations. Amid this slip, An analyst on X highlights that hedge funds and Wall Street firms are increasingly taking short positions on Bitcoin futures contracts, betting on Bitcoin prices to drop. Even though they might be holding long positions in the spot market to benefit from fee differences, this approach carries significant risk. If prices surge unexpectedly, these firms could face massive losses. Right now, between the current price point and slightly above all-time highs, there's $12 billion worth of short positions on Bitcoin futures, according to exchange data and trader notes. $12 billion is a substantial amount of money. And this shows just how serious these hedge funds are about their bearish stance. With the big players on Wall Street shorting Bitcoin, this strategy could end up backfiring in a spectacular way. And that's exactly what's happening now. The market is reacting to these short positions, creating a volatile situation where unexpected price increases can lead to huge losses for those betting against Bitcoin. It's a high-stakes scenario, and we're seeing the effects play out in real time. Even so, hedge funds selling Bitcoin futures isn't a new strategy. Often, hedge funds short the futures of a given asset while simultaneously buying in the spot markets. They use this carry trade to profit from the price differences. This tactic is common and has been profitable in traditional finance. However, Bitcoin is a different beast. It's a new asset class that operates outside the traditional financial system. This means that the usual strategies might not work as expected. If Bitcoin's price doesn't follow predictable patterns, these hedge funds could face massive losses. The risk here is huge because Bitcoin's market is highly volatile and less predictable than traditional assets. Hedge funds betting against Bitcoin in this way are taking a significant gamble, and if things don't go as planned, the financial fallout could be substantial. And Shiba Inu is feeling a strong impact from these developments. As of now, these hedge funds can only play with Bitcoin since there's only one cryptocurrency. Bitcoin is a crypto ETF currently trading, and that's Bitcoin. Hedge funds short Bitcoin futures to drive down the price, causing panic among small investors. This panic often spills over into the entire crypto market, including Shiba Inu, leading to widespread selling and price drops.